Okay. Uh, it is super tiresome to having to deal with the things they do, but I don't know which video what this video should be about, but I think that I'm gonna focus on a certain specific topic, and then I'll make some more about the previous stuff they were trying to do. But I just found out, well, just didn't find out, but there's news about this person, that 70 show person, and he was sentenced for raping multiple women. He drugged them and then raped them and did things to and as they try to get some kind of justice, because of his power, he was able to kind of stop them. And they've been trying to make me feel guilty, or not even feel guilty. They try to make me feel like what they're doing to me is because they're avenging for what they say I did to somebody. And initially I didn't know who I was talking to, so I will have this argument with them. It's like, what was this? Did you rape them with it? Like, I will have this back and forth with these people, and at the end I was like, you know what, I will have that conversation. Not even that conversation, but these people that you claim I did this to needs to be in the conversation. I don't know who I'm talking to. And then after a point, I'm like, listen, where are they? I started trying to look for these people. Now we're talking about me that's like in 2000, like 2010. So I'm trying to find for these people. I was able to find one person, of course. She's living her life, doing her thing. But there's one I was trying to find. Couldn't find her because it's been a long time. Now, obviously, I didn't know who I was talking to, because once you know who's the people involved, because they have this psyop. They're this psyop of people, like I said, it's so disturbing. These people for me, they all look like this, like progressive, like femme fatale. It's like a Me Too kind of like thing that I was like, something about them is not right. Something is weird. Like, something about this psyop just makes no sense. But that's the psyop they were trying to go for. And then you find out the reality of what these people actually are, what this is about. Because first of all, I know who put me in this program, and I'm like, what? They don't connect well with these people. Because I know that the reason why I'm in this program is because my employer put me in this program, and my employer is far from what these people are presenting themselves as. Then you found out that these people presenting themselves as this like psyop of like Me Too, like Time's Up kind of, are actually in a program that is doing so much horrible things to women, so much, that I feel almost silly and like an idiot to even have these like arguments, not knowing the reality of what these people are actually part of, and the horrible stories of the women they have been systematically torturing for this purpose of the purpose of truly experimentation purposes. And they've been using rape tactics on a lot of them. There's a lot of testimonials about how these people have been raping them. I mean, some talk about being drugged and things happening to them. Some of them talking about like waking up and feeling like something happened to them and bleeding from all kind of places, and try to get rape kits and refusals of rape kits because they are target individual, and doctors are of course involved in that. And you hear all these stories, and I'm like, these people are so trash that this level, I'm not even going to talk about the torture of children. I'm going to focus on the women. And I'm not even going to talk about the psychological torture. They were trying to like make me like lose. I now understand why they like to even use the pedophilia type of torture, because they want to disorient me as I'm looking at things for what they are in regard of who's talking to me. It's just once you hear who's talking to you and what they're involved in, and how they don't give a shit about when I listen to the testimonials of this woman who tells their story, that's just horrible. I mean, disgusting. They were stimulating me. But that's, they can create a false reality. They're they're so nasty. It's just so foul. The amount of women in this program is very high. There's a high volume of women, and a lot of them have been tortured sexually. There's no way you can spin this thing around, change this thing around, and make it look like these people are just in a different program that is not involving the torture of a lot of women. There is too much obviousness. And of course, I know the government is running this program. It's now this wannabe group of people who try to present themselves in this facade of feminism. This is why once you're going to hear me talk, you're going to hear the testimonials of what they've done to women. And the reason why these perps are trying to create this psyop of trying to distancing themselves from the reality of what they truly do to women. They keep telling me how they won because they were able to create this psyop. I'm like, listen, it's too easy to figure out that these people doing this thing to me are involved in a program that's torturing and killing women and raping them. Rape is a common torture that you hear from a lot of target individuals. And it's happening today. You're going to listen to testimonials from women all around the world in all different languages saying the same thing. How they're being sexually tortured and tormented and pushed to suicide. And so for me, when they try to vilify me, it's like, oh, what you did to this woman, was he rape? Was it like, I'm like, I can't even let you say these things. Because what are you doing to this woman? These people have been raping these women and tormenting and torturing them and burning them and radiating them and then try to play the femme fatale. How can I even let you do that for the sake of for all these women they've been tortured? I'm even to the point where I was looking for whoever they claim I did this to. I was talking to people I haven't talked in years. I'm like, listen, I'll go right now to where this person is. They even made me believe they're trying to make me believe, oh, this person got pregnant, she's pregnant, she got your kids. Like, every day there's like different pregnancy. Oh no, she's not pregnant. That was all kind of storylines of BS stories. And they're like, no, now we're gonna rape you, it's gonna be RA. And I was like, listen, the reality of how they try to twist things around and create a version of reality is just crazy. Now listen, if a woman claims and is not involved in this program where this bottom feeders talk about they're gonna frame me, but somebody that they says that I raped her or something like that, I will go toward her. I will never run from these kind of things. But these bottom feeders are just telling me how they're gonna frame me, right? I hear this trash saying, "Oh, you raped me," and it's so nasty. It's trash ass. They are here to torturing women and pushing them to suicide, using all kind of rapes, and then try to be like, "Oh, no, we're doing that for this." Listen to what you're going to hear about what they do to women. And then they're like, oh, we're trying to dismiss it and try to speak in ways, in tone of voices to counter the reality of what they do to women. I know what these bottom feeders do to women. They've done everything possible to try to counter reality, try to make themselves fierce. You're fierce? You're a coward of life involved in program that torture a lot of women and then try to play the femme fatale. The key is to try to vilify a target individual, right? So they look at anything they can try to bring to make it look one way or another, or try to vilify based on whatever. But when the people who are involved in a program that rapes women and torture them, do you understand that you can never try to vilify anybody as long as you're involved in that program? They know that, there's this person, I'm going to make up a name. Her name is Brittany. They were saying this and that, we're doing it for her. They will keep saying her name. I'm like, you know what? I can find her. I did. I talked to her on Facebook. Hey, Brittany, how's it going? How's your life? How's everything? Remember me? She's like, yeah, I remember you. I'm doing well. How's everything with you? It's like, oh, it's okay. I'm here in New York, living life. How's your life? It's like, great. Me and my family living our best life. I was like, okay. My point was, listen, if Brittany says anything and wants, I will run to that. And the day I start reaching out to this Brittany person, there was this perp who wanted to create that psyop of like feminism. She got so embarrassed and humiliated that she went on the rooftop. She ran to the rooftop. Because what it meant is, I will go to whoever who's not one of these fraudulent pieces of trash that keeps saying that they're going to frame me, but an actual person that they think that I will go to that person. And if there's consequences coming from that person who says that, then I'll definitely go there. But coming from trash that could do these horrible things to all these women, and then have the audacity to try to play this like femme fatale feminist, you're trash. A real femme fatale, a real feminist, a real strong woman will never align themselves in the program that does these nasty things to women. And there's a lot of women. And some of these people doing this thing to me are involved in torturing women. I've heard them mocking women, talking about, oh, we're begging to counter reality. And they claim, no, we are at war. You're not at war. We're human subjects. You are at war with your conscience. It has nothing to do with me. Trash. So when they make me listen to these stories, you know those stories, they sound a lot like what they've done to women. You know, the drugging, the things they do to these women, the intimidations, you know, all this horrible thing. It sounds like this program. And then these bottom feeders try to send these childlike individuals who try to sound and say, no, it's not real. Like, for me, there's a lot of psyops. You know, when I start mimicking how these perps are interacting with me, I'm mimicking the voices they make themselves have as they use the V2K. And they like to sound very childlike in a sense, like, oh, where's some? And this because they want to still present themselves as like innocent, like, oh, you're nasty trash. Please never speak for this person. I'm going to make a name for Courtney, for Brittany, when you're involved in this program. Now, if Brittany or Courtney think I've done wrong to them, I will gladly pay any consequences to them, but not to trash those involved in so much horrible things to women. And then try to play femme fatale. They were trying to stimulate me because somebody said something about something anal. So I'm like, oh, come on. I know it's what you guys do to me. And then try to go back. I remember some woman was telling the story, and then one day you felt that stimulation. It's like, trash. I know when it's me, and I know that this was falsified because you wanted to kind of vilify me in that way. They don't live off reality. They have created reality because reality for them is too disturbing. The reality that is too disturbing for them is that they're part of a program that is doing so much things to women, so much, which killing them. And they're dying. But before they're dying, they're being raped and tortured by these bottom feeders. And so they have to create a falsified reality where they manipulate so much to create this false reality. Because the truth is, they just enjoy participating in this program. Because in order to get this guy-like sensations they get from doing these things, they have to be involved in a program that's doing so much horrible things to even a lot of women. I don't know if it's more women or not, but there's a lot of women. And rapes are used. And some of this trash will be doing this and have been doing this to women. That's the reality. This is why I always bring up testimonials of women, and I hate that psyop. Oh my gosh, they are so foul. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? They were trying to play this like Me Too, like time's up psyop and be involved in a program where you can only hear some of the foulest things. You cannot even understand how disturbing these things. It's so disturbing. I remember when this woman was talking about how she approached this national women organization, telling them there's a lot of women being tortured, there's a high percentage being tortured this way, and they like dismissed her so quick because they're involved in this nastiness and they understand what she was talking about. It's like, oh, we don't want to be involved in these things, like, but because they're already involved. So for me, when they bring up this made-up name I'm making, Courtney and Brittany, I'm like, whatever you make me imagine, and they make me think of that moment and make me think of it. I'm like, listen, I can't even let you live that fantasy, regardless of what you think. You who do these horrible things to women, who can't even, you're here dismissing the horrible stories that you want me to think about this, me and Courtney, and forget that the people making me think of that are people doing this horrible to all these women that you're going to listen to? There's nothing fierce about them. And the people who put me in this program, oh my gosh. Okay. If you look at, like, it's just so sad. They're just opportunists and people who wanted to counter the reality of why I was put in this program. Now, do I think I'm perfect? No. There's things I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? But people who are killing and raping women all around the world will never make me feel guilty and never try to vilify me, because I'll look at them and I can tell you one thing. If there's a single person that truly wants me to have to pay for whatever I did to them, I will gladly go see them. But these people who have been involved in the horrible things they do to women and children, let's just not even go to children, because they're going to try to do some disturbing things to me. To women, I can never even give them that. And I'm telling you, I know I'm imperfect. They're bringing back some stupid things, me in a nightclub, touching, it was like just passing, like stupid things. But I know they are here yeasting and torturing and zapping genitals and try to counter that out. And say, oh, we are at war. No, you're not. You just thought I was going to be like, oh my gosh, whoa, I'm so horrible. I'm like, no, I've done some stupid things, but you know who's horrible, who's foul? You know who needs to be paid for involved them? It's the trash that do all these things to all these women, or involved in a program that does this thing and then try to play the fierce femme fatale and Avengers. Let's just be honest. I'm not going to let you live that fantasy. I'll always look at these women that you guys have done these things to. I hear some trash outside. You ain't going to file, because he's trying to counter the fact that they've been doing these horrible things to women. There's stories about women being drugged. They're drugged by these people. GHB, whatever. This is things I've read through, like some TI stories. They drug them. They do these things. And I hear my coworkers and all that try to live off the fantasy. If you want me to subscribe to, do not be in a program that is killing and frying women and raping them. That they hired me. I got hired by these perps. Immediately, I kind of read between the lines. They're trying to present themselves in this way, because the people who put me in this program are very much on the conservative side, very, very, very much not what this type is presenting themselves. I got this employer now who's doing their best to try to make me like, they are very progressive and everything else, but they will try to make themselves see like, oh, you pay for what you did to this woman. It's like, listen, where is that woman? I'll run to her. You know I'll do it. I will run to her. It's like, I'll even look at her. Listen, if you think I've done you wrong, let's go to the police right now. But I can never let these people, this trash here, who are doing all these horrible things to women and children, to let them know. Never. They brought this person who was nothing like, she was wearing a wig, and showing just her wig and try to make me believe that's her during COVID. Trash. They've been, and they talk about I smile my teeth. You know the decaying the teeth of women? Women with no teeth, no hair. Trash. If those are my last word, I'll make sure that I say that 1 billion times if I have to. But this disgusting psyop. So for Courtney, for Brittany, whoever they try to blame, to say they're doing it for, I can never let them escape in that. I can never. Just the horrible things they've done to women, no. But imagine Hitler. I don't know, I'm making some like a metaphor. Imagine a personality like Hitler, or a Hitler-like organization that have done so much horrible things to women and children, and that tortured them and done all the horrible things that you can't even imagine. And then remember that moment with that person? This person, yes. What was it? Was he raped? What did you? And you look at all the women saying, they've been killing me, they've been raping me, they've been torturing me, they've been killing my children, they've been raping me, and they've been sexually torturing my children. And you look at them, you're like, what? Never. Trash ass. You think I can let you speak for this person when you're out here doing all these horrible things? They live in their fantasy. And then they try to find ways to make me accept these things. Like, no, I can't. There's too much blood on their hands, and women blood, and children blood. They've been doing horrible things. In my brain, they try to go back, oh, but remember what you did as a kid. And it stimulated me. I was like, Jesus. What they've done to children, that is something that I don't even want to talk about. Even me, right now, talking about it, they're making me imagine some disturbing things. So I'm going to stick to what they've done to women. It's just so nasty. Now, the reality is this, and the reality is what I'm going to have to always bring up, because they want me to lose reality. The reality is horrible for me, but it's the reality I need to continuously have to accept, because it is reality. It's not falsification. I am a human subject in a program the government has been working on for decades and decades and decades and decades. There's a lot of human subjects like me, who are men, women, and children, being utilized in this disturbing ways for the purpose of this development of this technology. They try to create the most sufferance possible and prolong that suffering as long as possible to continuously get the result they need to. They utilize contracted civilians through whatever parties to do these things onto us. They try to vilify them and vilify me and vilify us in every possible. These people much more innocent than me, they're being vilified. And I can't even imagine how can they even vilify that. I couldn't believe when they were doing that to me. Then I found out how much innocence some of the people they try to vilify. It's disturbing. And they do these horrible things. And psychological torture, physical torture, and then other tortures, financial torture, all of it. The humiliations of different ways via torture are implemented to try to break you down. I can never, especially when they play this fun for that. That's why, despite this, what would you consider what's being done to this woman in this program? They've been making stories up. Oh no, we've been freeing them. We freed them. That's how bad they try to keep that psyop. Well, some of them keep it real and say like, yo, poor people, we burned their faces, their backs. And you hear this child like, no, we just freed them. Clowns. Because they don't free them, they torture them. But they want me to look at them as these like avengers. I know they've done these horrible things to a lot of women. And they continuously will do it. And a lot of women will call that out. Why is there so many females doing these things to women? This group of people moved next door to me. They're presenting themselves as this organization of goodness, when in reality, they're just trash that make me experience sexual stimulations. I know bad things are going to happen to me because I'm a target individual. But on top of that, I've been embarrassing these psyops of bullshit, BS. Can you imagine being in a program that does so much horrible things? And they're like, no, we're just free them. Stop. There's more and more women being put in this program. More people. As the budget grows, the more women they're going to include in this program. And more men too, and more children too. Because they need human beings in this program to be tortured. They need more samples. And samples equates to human beings. Because machine learning technology does better when they have more samples. The samples are men, women, and children. And so that as they continuously improve this technology, this program, this weaponry, there's going to be more people put in this program, which will include a lot of women too. Just like a lot of men, and just like a lot of children. I don't know the percentage of women versus men, but I know there's a high percentages of women. And when these women are put in this program, rapes are utilized to torture them. A lot have been talking about it in different ways. Oh, when I sleep, I wake up feeling all kinds of things happen to me. I just say every time I'm awake, for the last 3 years, I've been raped and tortured, sexually assaulted for 3 years straight. every night and morning. Some say, "Oh, I'm in this cult," and it's psyop is psyop. I'm in this cult, and even women are involved in it. And in this cult, they rape me and whatever. I can't even get a rape kit. And this trash thing, I'm gonna let them live their fantasy. Too much. Too much. I will never let them speak for Courtney, for Brittany, knowing that they are here torturing women and children and try to play this femme fatale trash. How many names should I say in front of you? You nasty trash. And they tell me, we're gonna watch you. Okay, watch me get, okay. Who are you? Just trash that work for entities that torture or rape women till they kill themselves. Trash, you nasty low life. There's so much blood on your hand just because you're involved in this program. And tell me, we watch you tortured. Okay, you're gonna watch a woman being tortured too, and a child. And then try to walk around, make it seem like there's some femme fatale, trash ass bottom feeders. Using people's name to try to present yourself as something you're not. Tell my target individual, stay strong. And know that justice will be done for all the nasty things, not only they've done to me, to women, to children, and then the psyops. The audacity to present yourself in such matter when you're in a program that is out here raping and radiating and tormenting and torturing so many women and children. You low-life bottom feeders, you will get reimbursed properly. And for Courtney and Brittany, I pray that I never put in this program, and I pray that these people do not curse them, because they are trash bottom feeders.
I had all, and they had all of a sudden I had been there like 4 or 5 days, and the use their telephone, so I could make airline, flight, because all I wanted to do was leave Chicago. And so I figured I'd make my plans in a hotel. I didn't think that they could hack the hotel. I was very naive back then. I didn't understand the full technology spectrum or even interest, and all I wanted to do was leave. So I was at a hotel on a relatively high floor, and they had all of a sudden I had been there like 4 or 5 days, and the night before I was attacked really bad, I noticed a maintenance man about 10 or 11 o'clock at night messing with all of the lights up and down the hallway. And as I'm sorry, I get kind of upset when I think about this because it's really messed up. Um, and my spidey sense went off, and I was really kind of nervous about like what the hell he was doing out there, because he was kind of a sinister, he was real creepy kind of person. So the next night, I believe it was a Friday night, I went to bed. I had all of the doors, all the locks on the door, even the one that kind of like goes over that you can't open from the outside. I had everything locked up. Figured I was safe. I went to bed maybe about 1 o'clock in the morning. I woke up about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, bleeding out of every hole, sick. Someone was in my room, or had been in my room. Food was missing. My dogs were traumatized. I had been obviously sexually assaulted uh, in all the worst ways possible. I got up, first thing I did was vomit. And all I wanted to do was I was just in shock. There was a do not disturb sign on my door, and I didn't do this. And there was lotion all over my bathroom floor. All I wanted to do was just get on a plane and get the hell away from everybody. And I was, very, very sick and in a lot of pain. I had already been denied a rape kit when I owned my house, and woke up, and my hair had obviously been pulled out, and there were earplugs in my bed. And I felt like someone had done something. I went to Palos Community Hospital. Um, under the directions of a non-compromised police officer who told me that if anything happened, to go right to the hospital. So I did. And I had a compromised doctor who treated me like a third-rate citizen and said she would give me an STD test and a drug test, but she refused me a rape kit. And so I had already been kind of traumatized with hospitals anyway, and honestly just wanted to leave. So I stayed in my room until about checkout, and then when I was downstairs waiting for my cab to come to take me to the airport, because I just was going to get on a plane. I had $10,000 in my pocket and just wanted to leave. There was a young man who had to have been no more than 23, 24 years old. And he comes up to me and he goes, "Promise you'll take me back to my room and I'll be okay." And like was mocking me. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know? And kind of looked at him, and there was a girl with him, a young girl, once again, shocked by how young they were. And she was like, "No, no, no, no."
The nature of the torture I have been experiencing has been highly sexual in nature and highly perverted, involving many combinations of sensory and motor manipulation of my mind and body and of the people around me. This includes many different types of zaps to varying degrees to the genitals, butt, anus, and the entire pelvic area. This also includes many kinds of movements, such as the rocking, swaying, jolting, vibrating, and shaking of my entire body or various body parts, specifically in a sexual way. The severe vibration is a highly noxious stimuli and is very intolerable. They sometimes do pulses or throbbing sensations on the genitals too, etc. There are also body movements such as rocking my pelvic area back and forth, repeated rubbing sensations, the sensation of something going up my crotch and in and out, etc. They also often force vaginal discharges and zap my genitals at the same time. These sexual assaults are present throughout the day, every day, and anytime I am awakened at night, every night. They range from mild to extreme, but usually involve daily and nightly continuous assaults for the past 3 years now. When severe, the zaps to the genitals feel as though someone is electrocuting my genitals repeatedly. I also often see highly disturbing pornographic images and videos, including highly disturbing pedophilia type of is highly synchronized in real time. They can see everything in
military medical research. I too believe my experience is referred to as no-touch torture, utilizing defense technologies. Jonathan Marino, he basically predicted all this a number of years ago in his book Undue Risk. I'm asking you to help initiate a congressional investigation. We've all come a long way. This is what is needed. We want to have the accounts of this extreme human rights abuse that's going on in our country documented and heard, all of the accounts. We also need what was done during the Clinton administration, which is a major declassification of some of these documents that are hiding what's been going on. I speak for many when I say we've suffered long enough. My personal experience has been 10 years. I've been vilified. I've been ostracized. I've been tortured. I have burns on my body. I'm an American. I have rights. The answer to the question, the big question today, could it happen today? The answer is yes, it is happening today. It is happening for some of us every day. I am begging for you to help us. Thank you.
Ms. Catherine Nestor.
My name is Catherine Nestor, and I'm from Pennsylvania. This commission has spoken of a long history of abuse of the human research subject. Although no one mentioned MKUltra today, President Clinton recently apologized for this. My young child and I have been used as non-consensual test subjects. We have been subjected to COINTELPRO-like stalking, remote neural monitoring, and electromagnetic torture, resulting in psychological and physical damage. And I won't go into the details of that because I have 4 pages written in here that is very similar to Connie's testimony. Please do not wait 70 years to investigate this. I ask Dr. Amy Gutman to begin today. There is new work for the Commission for Human Subject Protection on our shores. And please give us a dramatic response, Susan, and please give us a congressional hearing. Thank you.
Mrs. Marshall.
Good afternoon. My name is Connie Marshall. I'm a former mayoral candidate from Louisville, Kentucky. I have never been involved in any criminal activity. I found a document in my bank account that said, problem with Kentucky government, check federal government paperwork and file before releasing information to anyone. I am an 8-year victim survivor of assaults by directed energy weapons. The torture I've experienced consists of body overheating, body extremely cold, seizures, heart pain, earaches, itching behind eyes, burning behind eyes, swelling, headaches, involuntary movement of my limbs, exhaustion, speeding and heart racing, hair coming out by the handfuls as if I've had chemotherapy, mind paralysis, being hypnotized or placed in a trance-type state, being tracked by a drone or satellite, controlled dreams, sleep deprivation, V2K, which is voice to skull, projected sound, extreme muscle spasms, and extreme muscle cramps, being made to fall down, blue circles around the pupils of my eyes, and I'm here and you can look at them if you like, low frequency noises in my home, high frequency noises in my home, sexual stimulation, numerous electrical appliances in my home are destroyed, 4 computers, 2 fax machines, 7 telephones, 4 CD players, VCR, DVD players, electrical igniter switch on my furnace, washer and dryer, air conditioner, also my car radio, CD player, and engine were destroyed. I am watched in my home 24 hours a day and followed around everywhere I go, though I do not have a criminal history. When I ran for mayor of my town, I was also attacked at debates and forums. My website is www.justiceforallcitizens.com. Thank you. And
No, I'm kidding you. I'm kidding. Hello, everyone. My name is Leslie Crawford. I'm here from the state of Michigan. I wanted to speak about biotechnology applications being utilized on my person. I have medical reports showing eye damage being done to my eyes. My eyes does not have a mirror image. I also have nanowiring inside my eyes. I have pictures of the actual implants from the eye doctor. Once enlarging the nano implants, you will see a copy of the actual particles in my eyes. I have CAT scans, MRIs, and PETs showing wiring, nanowiring in my head. This is my brain. It's straight from the right side to the left side of my head. I also have implants in my chin in the chin region on both sides. One side shows a wire, the other side shows the actual implant. Implant particle devices coming down through here. Projectiles of the nanoparticles on the side of my head in large pictures. These crimes is happening in America. This is a domestic problem, not only international. The victims is not being just victimized individually. We are being victimized and our family members as well. Gang stalking tactics and harassment was utilized to implement us into this program unconsensually.
Leslie, I think your comments reinforce much of what we've heard. And if you don't mind, I'd like to make room for others at the microphone now, since it seems to be reinforcing.
You feel that you've been injustice?
You mean as far as the Justice Department feeling me?
Well, in terms of your being a victim.
You mean what I'm feeling?
Yeah, explain a little bit to me how you perceive yourself as being.
I have actual photographs of burns on my body. When I went to my doctor, the response was, how do I know you didn't do that to yourself? How do you even address that? I've passed 2 psychological evaluations, not 1 but 2. The one physician said, you're mentally sound as a bell. He said, I don't have any idea what's going on with you. When I go to sleep, when I go to try to sleep, I feel like I'm being lit up like a Christmas tree. I feel every cell in my body just bouncing out of my body. I can't even describe it. I get electric shock of my rectum. I get electric shock up my nose. I've woken up with burns on the end of my tongue. I've had burns on the palms of both of my hands. I vibrate. I vibrate. I can barely hold a piece of paper without quivering. Does that answer your question?
I'm trying to find what's the source of the...
The source are these exotic weapons. They talk about in 2976, but if you would pass it, it might give other communities the courage to do the same thing and show our Defense Department we are not the enemy. We are not to be attacked. We are not terrorists. Most of us are defenseless women. They sent me to the mental ward because they said I did this to myself. It would never hurt me. I have been a victim since 2007. You can't see this.
Life has been destroyed in every possible way, and every day has been a struggle for me. I am very grateful to be before you today due to Amy Anderson's due diligence and to everyone else involved. I thank you, council members, for giving us targeted individuals a chance to speak and to be heard. And I pray
And I am a victim of organized stalking, electronic harassment, microwave torture, V2K abuse, and I'm asking you to help us end this crime against humanity, which has impacted men, women, children all around the world.
Hi, I'm Wan from Malaysia. My family are targeted individuals. We are victims of cyber torture, and I will not give up. I will fight to the end.
And am a victim of organized
We
stalking,
need this to stop.
electronic
That's it.
harassment, and I'm speaking to you on International Targeted Individual Day. I live in the U.S., in Illinois, and am a victim of organized
We
stalking,
need this to stop.
electronic
That's it.
harassment, microwave torture,
I've been targeted for 9 years.
24/7.
Please become more aware of this crime and those that the crime is being committed against. We need your support and help in ending this crime.
Hello, my name is Wendy Brown. I'm a targeted individual who is living in New Zealand, but my targeting began in California. I'm an American citizen, and the targeting continues in New Zealand. I'm making this video in remembrance of Targeted Individual Day, our 3rd annual Targeted Individual Day. And I'm asking that every honest-hearted human being open their eyes to a crime.
My name is Jeanette. I am 56 years old and I live in Baltimore, Maryland. I am a victim of covert electronic harassment and torture. I am a targeted individual.
Hello. Why? Because it hurts. I need help. I need you guys to come get me. It's brutally painful. I have a house, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1st floor, 2nd floor, 2 garage, backyard, land, everything. Can't live in my house. My neighbors are shooting direct energy weapons through my house. I hold my heart like this. You know why? Because it hurts. I need help. I need you guys to come get me. Come get me. Oh, Lord, because I think I'm dying. I'm making this video
in an attempt to expose this horrific nightmare.
Hello, I'm making this video to honor the 3rd annual Targeted Individual Day. That's August 29th, 2020. My name is Linda Marie Sharp in Mendocino County, California, United States. I am a targeted person and have been for over 12 years. I am electronically tortured by directed energy weapons.
Hi, my name is Lisa Davis and I'm in Duluth, Minnesota. I am a targeted individual.
I am currently a speech-language pathologist working in private practice with young children. I had a 7-year-old client who has autism, and she was the most significantly affected of all of my clients. I eventually had to tell this client to go to another clinic, and they used her to threaten the most torture in me as
and have had a decent
often see highly disturbing pornographic images and videos, including highly disturbing pedophilia type of images. I can be free from this torture. Every day has been a miracle of survival. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture.
Occasion, I was told I was going to be shot in the face. And it was an older guy. He was like really, really disgruntled and pissed off. Yeah, she's going to get shot in the face. You know, sound like an angry ass old person. You know, then a couple of days later, a female said the same thing. Don't get shot in the face. You know, stupid shit like that. But what I really noticed is with the Voice of Skull, it's a bunch of females. You know, and I'm like, bro, really? You're not a woman. What?
What I said, playing with my dog. So that attacks continue. I don't let them get me. Today, they continue with the programming of perversion, but this time they are aiming in the use.